Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Je utpati sthiti laya kare vedo stuti uchare, जेनारोम सुछिद्रमा अणुसमा ब्रह्मांड कोटि फरे, माया काड़ रवि शशि सुरगणो आज्ञान लोपेक्षण, एवा अक्षरधामना अधिपति श्री स्वामी नारायण। जनि अमृतवाणी तो वही रही साक्षात महिमा रूपे, जनि ब्राह्मी स्थिति अहोलि न करे सुभव्य अक्षर पदे, शरणागत निज अल्प जीव सहुना श्रेयार्थ तत्पर रहे, काका स्नेहल सिंधु दिव्य विभुने हय्यों तो वंदन करे। सजानंद स्वामी महाराज नी जय जय जय, सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपोनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप काकाजी महाराज, पप्पाजी महाराज, स्नेहल सिंधु दिव्य बंधु शताब्दी पर्व महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप हरिप्रसाद स्वामी महाराज, आत्मीय युवा महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप जसभाई साहेब सर्व सुरदम पर्व महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। सद्गुरुदेव की जय जय जय। आज के आनंद की जय जय जय। सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपोनी जय जय जय। આજે સરસ, આજે બધી 4-5 બર્થડે ઉજવાય. 4-5 birthdays we were celebrating today. Our Das Bhai's birthday. Das uncle is in India, but he has been in satsang for a long time, from 1981, and very much devoted. A lot of his family members are also in the satsang. And Taraben, in any health condition, if somebody asks for making a ladu, she will be ready. She would be doing those ladus and lot of good sevas, you know. Same way Girish Bhai Amara, Pavai ni andar, he is doing tremendous seva in Pavai area, and both of his sons, they are doing a lot of seva here, you know. And our Vandan Bhai and Bhavish Bhai, Virat Bhai, you know, both are very much, you know, devoted to our satsang, you know. Girish Bhai has lived in satsang from the childhood, you know. Girish Bhai's father was also in Yogi Baba's satsang. Their family, Girish Bhai's brother is also sadhak, Ashwin Bhai in Pavai. And here our Virat Bhai is also sadhak. So their family has a lot of spiritual help and support and contributions. સો ગિરીશભાઈને બી પ્રભુને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ એમની તબિયત ઘણી સારી રહે, સરસ સરસ સેવાઓ થાય. સાથે સાથે અમારા હાર્દિકભાઈનો બી. હાર્દિક એટલો બધો બિઝી રહે છે, કેટલાય ટાઈમથી એણે રહેવાનું ઘર બી નથી રાખ્યું. હી જસ્ટ લીવ્સ ઇન હીઝ જીમ, સો મચ ડેડિકેટેડ આજે અહીં બી આવ્યો તો પાછો કહે છે કે કોઈ એક સરપ્રાઈઝ પાર્ટી રાખી છે એના બર્થડેની. એટલે બિઝનેસ રિલેટેડ હતું. મને કહે છે કે હું શું કરું ભાઈ એનું. મેં કહું ભાઈ તો પૂછવા આવ્યો એટલે તારો જવાનો વિચાર હોય તો જ પૂછવા આવે રહીને. તારા વિચારને અમે સપોર્ટ કરીએ છીએ ભાઈ તું જા, પણ સરસ ભજન કરીને જા અહીંથી. એમ કે મારે નથી જવું, તમે મારા માટે પ્રાર્થના કરો તો જુદી વાત છે નહીં. પણ એ તો સમજણનું લેવલ જેમ જેમ વધતું જાય એમ એ મેચ્યોરિટી આવતી જાય. લાઈક અમારો સહજ યાદ આવી જાય, નો મોર કેનકુન. દેટ કમ્સ ફ્રોમ વિધિન. અને અમારા વિષ્ણાબેનની અનયા, એના બર્થડે નિમિત્તે બી આજે સરસ there was nice meeting. We went last Sunday at Vishna's home, and that Anaya is looking very small, in size. She was born also only 5.5 pounds or something, right, Baban? Yeah. But she is very alert and very devoted, looks very humble. So our prayers for both mother and the daughter. Sometimes we think, that in the old times, when a child is born, the mother was supposed to be not traveling for 1 month, or month and a quarter, મહિનો સવા મહિના સુધી, સવા મહિનો 45 days, I think, so 1.5 months, so they were keeping, very healthy and restful condition. Here also, they give maternity leaves, right? But that maternity leave is not full rest, Mothers have to do overwork, But in the old time, the system was for many reasons, One reason was the disease and childbirth were very complicated in the old times. A lot of infants were dying, in the young age, So they were learning from that and give more time and more rest to the newborn baby and mother, so that they are not, in trouble, Also, most of the population was doing farming work. So there is a lot of work, 24 hours a day. And especially when a woman is staying at the in-laws' house, sometimes the in-laws don't care for the mother. They would force upon duties, because otherwise mother-in-law has to do all that work. So mother-in-law has extra powers, So at that time they used to send a expecting mother at parents' home. And parents would take care, Parents would have added load. The daughter is coming and a grandchild is coming, so there is added load. But mother will make sure that daughter will not be overworked, overstressed, So all those theories were there for a reason. Nowadays, all these hospitalizations and child care and delivery system is so good and so perfect. Very few infant deaths, And here, normally, because of the job situation or business or whatever, sometimes parents are not close, in-laws are not close, So mother has to take care of the baby, They have a babysitter system, but not everybody can afford it, But with all these factors, we give a lot of credits to the young mothers, that they are very hardworking and still managing the health of their infants, Last Sunday when we were there, our Vishna Ben was asking me that, when should I come to Mandir? In other words, she wants to come, right? Otherwise, why would she ask, right? So that's her, zeal. And then I explained to her, I said, well, the day when you left the hospital, you first went to Mandir anyhow. She went to Desplain Mandir, for darshan. So I said, you have already come to Mandir. Now, you can come anytime, it's open. But I said, make sure that your health and baby's health is in good control, then you decide. But things are changing, times have created this new effect, that's what I'm just trying to bring up, So today, on all these occasions, and then next week, our Lina Ben's birthday, Sunil Bhai's birthday, and Ushma Ben, our Ushma Ben's birthday, Sarasam Nebi, we will call them so that maybe they can make it. हमारा लीना बहन तो नहीं हो जो के पर सुनील भाई ने भी कही सो आवजो बीजो संडे हमारा हार्दिक भाई ने ત્યાં do we want to have count so that he prepares the food properly? Does that make good sense, So maybe those who are going to be coming this Sunday, please raise your hand so that at least, they can make proper count, About 25? Okay. So on this day today, time is now getting closer to the end of the year. And this year we have a lot of people traveling to India. And our group size will get reasonably smaller and smaller, But we want to continue our Friday Sabha, our Saturday Sabha, our Wednesday Sabha, our 5 weekdays morning Sabha and evening Aarti. All those things we want to still continue. Pankaj Bhai and all others have done a very good job, all this time, And even though by definition, if there are 2 people ready for Sabha, then it is a Sabha. I would say even 1, but let's say at least 2, So whoever is ready, please, communicate and be, available, participate and enjoy coming to the Sabha. I think, Vintu Bhai, when the group gets smaller, maybe we are going to do it at Desplain Mandir, maybe. So I don't know how far you have booked this hall, maybe. End of this month, maybe, up to that. Or whenever, maybe, then we would do it at Desplain Mandir, That way, for few people, it doesn't make sense for the big hall, So maybe another couple of weeks, 3 weeks down the road, you find out how many are planning to be here while everybody is gone, maybe, and that way, maybe work it out. Now at Desplain Mandir, Vijay Bhai would be there, right? Okay. Yeah. Right. So that and whoever would be, supporting the activities, Our Kiran Ben was saying that she would be gone for maybe a week or 2 to London maybe, but she would be here. Our Bhavna Ben says she would be helping, and anybody who has, time and wants to, share and help, we would be very happy, પણ ચાલુ રાખવું ભજન is must. અમે બી શાંતાબેન રાઈટ, અમે બી બહાર જવાના છીએ, અમે બી ત્યાં ભજન જ કરવાના છીએ ભાઈ. We are going to do ભજન. નૈનાબેન હશે રાઈટ. યા તમે જે હોય બધા સરસ એન્જોય કરજો. Satsang, if we keep that as our priority, then God will put us in His priority also. And we want to have that priority just like we have priority of our bodily, activities, We keep that as the priority. And we talked about those 4 things, for the body, the air, oxygen, the liquid, water, food, solid, and the clothes, Those are the 4 things needed for the body. Same way, there are 4 things in this, satsang for the soul's benefits. Upasana, Agnya, love towards the saint, ekantic saint, and heartfelt oneness with all these devotees, friends, So, if we keep that momentum, that priority, in satsang higher, we will see the difference and benefits within ourselves. And our goal is to become Brahmrup, Our goal is to elevate to that level so that we have achieved the highest level, It is possible, it is doable. Gunatitanand Swami has blessed, all other Gunati Swarupos has blessed, so it is possible. But we have to show our sincerity, our diligence, so that it would make a difference, Many people would like to see some extraordinary miracles in satsang. And we have seen a lot of miracle-like things, that in our own life also, And it is like a science, miracle will happen, But the greatest miracle is that when we become Brahmrup, that would be the best miracle, right? All other miracles will be underneath that, આપણે ખરેખર એવા બ્રહ્મરૂપ થવું છે, આપણે એવા ભગવાનના ઉત્તમ ભક્ત થવું છે. એ મોટામાં મોટો જાદુ કહો, ચમત્કાર કહો. અને આપણે આપણી જાતે જ અંદરથી એ ફિલિંગ લાવવી છે. આપણને અંદરથી એવી સરસ ભાવના પેદા થાય કે ભાઈ હું ખરેખર એવું જીવી રહ્યો છું કે જીવી રહી છું then it would be a good score, from our satsang. આપણે એવી અંદરથી ભાવના કર્યા કરવી બસ. યોગી બાપાએ પણ એવું કહ્યું છે. દરરોજ સવારે ઉઠીને every morning we wake up, Yogi Bapa says, think that I am Brahmrup. હું બ્રહ્મરૂપ છું, એકાંતિક ભગવાનનો ભક્ત છું. I am the devotee of God, Those night prayers are very helpful also, Those who are doing it must be experiencing, But these things, if we keep part of our life, we would see a big benefit within us. We will not have physical sicknesses. Our immunity will be stronger also. And we would be creating an aura, a circle around us that would be helping whoever comes in our touch and contact, Our Pintu Bhai's language, it would be like a spiritual black hole. Or a white hole. Right. The black hole sucks the light, white hole spreads the light. So, we want to create that kind of feeling. And I have seen, even in my own office, that environment is helping so many, who I talk to, I meet with, and they feel, happiness, Because in office there are certain tasks, which requires a lot of pressure, and people lose the control, They get so much frustrated, They cannot sleep at night also then, and they just become weak personalities rather than strong personalities. So there is one person, in our office also, that she is a project engineer, And about 3-4 years ago, her brother and I were working together, She is an architect, her brother is also an architect in Abbott, back then, So I was working her brother, but then she came to me and she says that she is very upset. Her mother is not feeling well and she is not getting sleep and all that, So I did not know her much. I said, but I can tell you. I said, you do night prayer, and things will happen differently. You pray. If you believe in chanting, you can chant any mantra, but I chant Swaminarayan mantra. If you chant with Swaminarayan mantra with me, tell me at what time you would chant at home. I will tune with you, and that would make a difference. And it made a big difference in her, And now she is a project engineer on a big project that I'm also working with that, But she is under very much pressure and tension, She says, I have this freedom to work 5 weeks of vacation that I have booked. I'm not able to use. I'm not able to use even my other 5 weeks that I normally get from Abbott also, And you have to use up, otherwise, that cannot be carried over, So I told her, I said, you relax. Things will happen. Do as much as you can, and don't put yourself under that much pressure, And then, after I talked to her, next day I felt a big difference in her, She says, I'm going to tell management, I'm going to take vacation now. Okay. But will not stop, right? Or we will not stop, But you have to balance. You have to learn to balance in the life, If you don't balance, then things will go one way and it would have a deficiency the other way, And that balance we all learn from satsang here also, And if we learn how to not to get upset and angry, if we decide that today I'm not going to get upset and angry, that would be a very good start, If we make that kind of morning vow or morning resolution, whole day will go better, And yeah, there are times, there are incidences which make us excited, upset, and we have to manage that, There is always a way we can work it out, And I am very much, happy about our Taruben that she left to India, She is a lawyer, and she lost her husband, but she managed very well, while she was here without her husband, But she is thanking our satsang a lot also, And we are thanking her also, that a lot of her devotees, that she knew, they came in our Mahapuja and our functions, So that was nice. And yesterday she called me, from India. And she says that when I was packing up in a hurry, I left my purse in the apartment. It had golden ornaments. I left my diary with all these addresses. She says, I put some money in the drawer that I did not take it out. So I kind of got concerned, that all these things, And she did not call for 1 week, She could have called. I was getting hunch to call her, and then I was getting sidetracked or busy, But anyhow, she called yesterday. So the thing what she said made very good sense, She says, okay, if I get it back, fine. But if I don't get back, then she says, like you have said, it was not mine, it was belonged to somebody else. That's very nice, જો એ મારું હશે તો મારે પાછું આવશે કે છે અને જો મારું નહીં હોય તો મારું હતું જ નહીં But that is a very well way to take it in the life rather than depressing or upsetting, So any upsetness, any anger, I think we can really work it out so that we don't have to be angry, Because once we became habituated with anger, then chances are it will come back again. Chances are it will haunt back and make us more miserable, So the techniques we have to learn is that how can I convert the anger into the love, convert the anger into the laugh, and don't be angry, And our Amy, she's here, I guess. Yeah, she sometimes tells that when some other people in the office get mad at her, rather than she getting upset, she laughs. So that is how you relieve the pressure, But then the other guy gets more upset. They say that, are you serious or what, You are not taking it seriously, right? And I remember when I was a manager at Abbott, there was one colleague, Jerry Boyd. I remember his name still, with a little beard here, And he had done mistake, he did something wrong. So he came to my office. And he said, Dinkar, I got a problem. I said, okay. What is your problem? He said, I goofed up, I did this wrong, So then I explained him, that okay, these are the maybe better ways to do this and that. So he got upset with me, says, why are you not mad at me? I did something wrong. I made a mistake. Why you are not mad at me? I said, you got a wrong guy, Even my manager, when he was writing the yearly report, he says that you are too soft with your employees, And he was a hard-headed guy, He was a very short-tempered person, So he wrote that in my weaknesses, Saying that I have to improve getting mad. So I was laughing inside. I said, that won't happen. That is not my weakness. That is the strength. Right? And I was getting more output from my people because of that, I was getting a lot of good, productivity from all my employees, I remember there was one guy who was maybe 15 years older than me, Al Smith. And he was a farmer, His small pinky finger was like my thumb, of the foot, Really big, And tall also, And he wanted to become the manager. Like he had applied also for manager, but he was not selected, And I did not know that, but people get upset, when they are not selected, But he was like a project engineer, and we would have project like, $50,000 project, that he would estimate how much the project would cost, And then he would say, okay, $50,000, So then when the project is done, it would be only $25,000, So another $25,000 is spent unused for the whole year, And that money is not used, because it was already committed, but not used, So my boss was on me saying that, look, this guy estimates really high. And, we are not utilizing that money for something else. So do something. And then there were some projects, another $50,000 project, and he would be going like 80,000. But that project, you cannot move the money from the one project to the other, So that project is over the limit, and that is a red flag, So that is bad also. So they were telling me, that he is a very, poor project engineer, he does not know how to handle. So can you do something? And I said, yeah. So I approached him and I said, Al, this project you estimated $50,000 and you finished in only $25,000. What happened? So even without looking at me, didn't I save you some money for this project? Not even looking at me, he says, I saved you money. Why are you complaining? I said, okay. And I said, then this project went overboard, from 50,000 to 80,000, Well, I gave you quality work, I wanted to buy nice items, So you don't want that, you want to have Abbott with poor quality work. So both way I lose, right? So I went to my boss and I said, he is having good arguments, Both ways he is a winning guy, So I said, I have an idea, What I'll do is that from day one I will get involved on his project costing, estimating also. And then during the life of the project, I will be acting like a project engineer on his behalf, And I will make sure that project falls, within the estimated fund. And Al liked it, He did not like all this paperwork, But he was handling like 15 projects. Now I gave him 25 projects. And he would handle. He would come early like 5 o'clock in the office and go to the job site, the people have started working, and he would check everything out. And now normally a person comes like 5 o'clock in the office, would leave like 3, something like that, right? Or maybe 2, but he would be working like 4:30, then he would want to leave. And then I would go about 4:30, in his office and spend another hour with him, and he will not mind. He would enjoy, And his wife calls, that, honey, can you bring the loaf of bread and milk? But he was putting out a lot of more work. But the point is, that if we work and manage without getting upset and angry, I think there is a better way, And that is going to help us more than anybody else, If we have less stress, less anger within us, we would be very much happy and productive, આજે સરસ આપણે કોઈ એવા ગુસ્સામાં નથી જીવવું, આપણે એવો કોઈની સાથે ગુસ્સો નથી કરવો કે જેથી આપણું બ્લડ પ્રેશર વધી જાય, આપણું ટેન્શન વધી જાય. We want to apply that everywhere, at home, at job, at business, everywhere. And today, fortunately, I was taking a ride with our Kiran Ben, she bought a car And last Wednesday, it was too chilly, too cold, and it was running late, so I just went there, On my way back, Bharat Bhai just had come. And our Ketan Bhai was maybe talking to him, I guess. That's why he came late. But when Bharat Bhai saw me, he says, see, Dinkar Bhai is here now, so everything will be fine, But Pankaj Bhai has a point, that we should make a plan to bring the food on time, And my psychology is that if we want to have the food at 7 o'clock here, why don't we make a goal of 6:30, right? That let's have food at 6:30, So even if traffic or whatever we run late, at least we are back on 7 o'clock, right? So those who are planning to bring the food, please, make a plan for 6:30, We are all here by 6:30, I was earlier today because I went to the dentist, and then I was coming, and I was about 15 minutes, 20 minutes earlier, so I was here like at 6 o'clock, 6:10, maybe. So I was the first one, The lady opened up the door for me, I said, you don't have to, open up, wait. She said, no, for you. Lights are on, heat is on, everything. I said, okay. So I was here like 6:15, and our Vandan Bhai, Pintu Bhai, Surat Bhai, and somebody besides that, they all came, So if we make a plan for 6:30 for the food, that would be great, We can do third before the Aarti, right? It would be even better. And that way we would have more time, If we finish the Aarti by 7:15 and food by, 7:30 or 7:45, then we would have more time, right? So let's plan and let's make our own program, Like last Friday, when Amy, she wanted to come earlier. Day before I had asked that everything is fine, that can you make it? She says, yeah. But then a meeting came up, and she wanted to get out. But, I understand, that meeting, you cannot just walk out from the meeting, But then I came up with the thought, In the thought, I suggested her, that maybe next time from downtown, if somebody has to bring food, maybe work out with Pankaj uncle, because he comes with the car, And you just deliver the food whenever you have time, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then he would bring it back here, And then you can come because of the meeting or whatever, at your time, So maybe we want to, adjust and learn from all this, But the point Pankaj uncle says, it is better that we spend more time in this healthy discussions rather than gossiping, right? So, when Pankaj uncle said that we have to close at 10 o'clock, I said that I would finish at 9:30, and I'm late by 9 minutes. So why don't we have our Pintu Bhai, Surat Bhai and Vijay Bhai and NG Ben spend few minutes and share also. Now Vijay Bhai has come prepared, right? You asked me. So you first. Vijay Ben પૂછતા હતા કે હું શું તૈયાર કરીને આવું એમ. રસ આવી જાઓ બેટા.